video! My name is Sarah, and today's book review is on The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Right off the bat, it's a 5 out of 5 stars. And I don't know why I didn't read this book when it first came out because, wow. Non-spoilers. So our main character, her name is Star Carter, and she's a young 16-year-old girl who basically witnesses her friend get shot by a cop. And everything that happens mostly is like how it affects her mentally and emotionally, and how it affects the community around her, because she's basically balancing two lives: the life that she lives with her family and people in her neighborhood and the garden, basically the hood, and the people that she surrounds herself with at her pristine private high school that a bunch of white people go to. And we see how the death of her friend Khalil affects both worlds in a way, and will he get justice? And continuing for non-spoilers, it's first person, and I really enjoyed it like that. With everything that was going on, I will admit it was like a slightly slow start, but at the end of the first chapter it picks up real fast. And I enjoy it being in first person because we get to see what Star is thinking and how she's feeling after witnessing what happened to her friend Khalil and everything. And it was just a really good book. I can understand how it hits home for most people in a way, considering what's going on in the world and everything. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, people. It actually had me on the edge of my seat. It had suspense going on, especially with the decision getting ready to come up. Yeah, that's as far as I can get into non-spoilers. 5 out of 5 stars. Bye, non-spoilers! Spoilers. So like I said, this is a first-person point of view, so we get a lot more of what Star is going through emotionally and mentally, because ever since she saw Khalil get shot by the cop, like, you know, we're basically in her mind. And that really connected a lot in a way that I loved it. I liked the people around her, minus a few people, but I really liked the people that surround her in life, especially her family. So we have a father who basically owns, he's an ex-con, and he owns a grocery store in the garden, and he goes by the Black Panther philosophy. I really don't know much about the Black Panthers because I was like basically skimmed over in American history in high school. But I understand that in a way back then they were like a sign of hope in a way, and he references a lot for the Black Panther philosophy in a way. I'm like, wow, I really like this dad, because he basically goes by this, and he uses other examples of people that basically helped Black people back then. It's like, wow, I really like this dad. He's really cool. He's the best dad. He's very protective. He's very sarcastic. And like when he finds out that Star did have a boyfriend, I'm like, oh my god. If Angie Thomas decided to do a book all on Star's older brother, Seven, I would totally read it, because I loved Seven a lot. He was like the great big brother. He was just there for Star when she needed him. He had his own thing going on where he'd be like, Star, go away, don't you have somewhere to be? She's like, no, you're supposed to be driving me home. And everything. And he was amazing. If Angie decided to do a book on Seven on his own, then I would read it. When we get into like finding out what's going on with Khalil and everything, this is where I got a little frustrated, because in a way it's kind of true. When Star goes down to the police station and she's talking to the detectives on the case, and they start asking for irrelevant questions, like more like, did you know if Khalil was doing drugs or was he gangbanging and everything, instead of asking what happened on the night of the shooting. Let's just say in this book, I wanted to key a lot of cars and bust a lot of tires, because this political game that's going on with the cops being like this, to where the media is portraying Khalil as a bad person, to where the cop's daddy is trying to get the sympathy going for his son and everything, where it actually works on few people. Like, oh my god, people, Shut your mouths. Shut your mouths. Basically, that's what was going on a lot. Now, we have what are called King Lords and everything, and we got a character named King who basically runs the drug ring and everything. He doesn't want people getting too involved with Khalil's case because apparently Khalil was dealing drugs, but he didn't want to do it. But he, like in the book, he told Star he got tired of choosing between lights and food. So everyone kind of understands, especially when Devontae, who was friends with Khalil, told Star basically what was going on in Khalil's life. And it's like, and now King went and did that at Khalil's funeral. I was like, oh, you're asking for trouble. He's an ass. He's an ass with a big bunch of guns and a bunch of men, and he got a bad attitude. And Star's daddy took the fall for him and everything just to get out the gangbang life and everything. You're causing trouble for yourself, man, for actually telling people not to speak out. Because you can tell people are getting tired of your crap going on. We have Uncle Carlos, who's Star's uncle, her mama's brother. He is a cop, and him and Star's daddy, Maverick, don't get along very well. Because I can see a bunch of ding-ding fighters ready. Because basically Uncle Carter raised Star while her daddy was in jail and everything. It's like, those two don't get along so well. But here we have Uncle Carter, his wife, Nana, Seven, and Star's mama that know about Chris. So, Chris is Star's boyfriend. Her white boyfriend. And I was expecting like trouble to happen and everything. He's like a nice little white boy. He likes Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's making his own music and everything. I was nervous when Maverick would find out about this, and it just happened at the wrong moment. Well, okay, wrong circumstances, and it's just like, oh, Chris, baby. I didn't know how to feel about Chris because for a while he was like basically oblivious to what was going on. He doesn't know what's mostly going on in Star's life because she really doesn't talk about it. And when she does let up a bit about it, and then he finds out that she is the witness because she does an interview, even though her face is concealed and everything, he gets a little upset. So I'm like, Chris, stop being a whiny little bitch. But I will admit, Chris got the points for me. People are cutting the yard outside. Chris got the points for me when he goes with Seven and Star to rescue Devontae from King when the riots are going on after the jury makes its decision. I'm like, oh my god, Chris, pull up a hoodie or whatever. Just don't let people see you or anything. Now, when there were some people, like I said, I wanted to key the cars and bust the tires. Especially Haley, who is supposed to be one of Star's friends. But no, she was this little girl. Speaks without thinking. Thinks things are cool when she's making them worse. And gets very defensive when she's the one that does something wrong, but thinking that she's the one that deserves the apology. And when she gets smug, oh my god, I am so glad Star basically put her in her place. Because, oh my god, all I gotta say is this girl was just driving me insane. This little girl really does say things without thinking. I mean, here we are because Star has another friend named Maya who's Asian, and of course Haley makes a joke which is very offensive. She makes another joke to Star, thinking it's funny, but no, oh my god! And then she's thinking that Star needs to apologize for being all moody and stuff. And when we see the interview going on by the cop's daddy, she's like, oh, this poor family. And she's like, Star, why are you getting so mad? Like, this guy is going through so much. And then when she has the nerve to find out that Khalil was the person that Star knew all along, and she's like getting all, you didn't tell us anything. See, this is why you're getting all upset, and you're blaming it on me for who didn't do anything so wrong. Oh my god! Now, the other one that I wanted to do the same thing, she got a redemption arc. Her name is Aisha. She's Seven's mama, who really doesn't act like a mama for like this whole freaking book, because Seven has to take care of his other sisters, Kenya and Lyric, and Aisha's dating King, who basically gets mean to her every now and then, and I mean, she shows up with King to Khalil's funeral, all like and everything, and then she gets all mad because Seven didn't tell her about the party that people were hosting for him for his graduation, and she's like, I'm gonna tell King that this girl snitched on him and blah blah blah. He gonna get up on y'all and everything. I was ready to put this woman down, but at the end, she's like, after they go rescue Devontae, and she sees them like, get this fool off my carpet and get out of here. Take your sisters with you. I don't want their whiny little butts around me anymore. And so Star figures out what's going on, because when King wants to come inside the house, Aisha is distracting him. And while Seven thinks she's being all selfish, Aisha basically sacrifices herself to make sure them and her daughters get out okay. Okay, fine. Aisha gets redemption arc. I'll go with that one. So don't people know the domino effect? I mean, we have a witness that goes through all this crap just to get to the grand jury to tell them what really happened that night with Khalil and the cop, and they still rule in favor with the cop. Well, people, let's take a look what's been going on in the garden for some time now. And you have evidence, you have a live witness that can recall everything that happened, and you'll still rule in favor. Yeah, people are gonna riot, okay? Seriously. And then finally Star gets sick of it, and she does she basically yells at all the cops and everything what really happened, and she does throw a smoke grenade back at them, but they shot back at first. But they do publish that in the newspaper, and Nana's all like, y'all got a little like revolutionary in there. I love Nana. She was like that sassy old grandma that you want to go away, but you like being around her and everything. It's like, yeah, Devontae, Seven, and Chris were with Star during all that commotion, and I was basically freaking out for their lives, people. Side note, I would like to say that reporters don't have self-preservation instincts, because we had some, I think they were called like Green Lords or something. They had like so many terms for the leaders of the Kings in here. But we made one named Goon because the Maverick knew him and they needed help or everything. Well, he basically rescues Star and the gang along with some people who turns out to be news reporters. One news reporter and his cameraman, and they're filming everything going on and everything, and when they find like safety and Goon's gonna go back to make sure some people are okay, they're like, sir, can we ride along with you? And Goon's like, sure, and he does like some gang signs on live TV, and they're gone. News reporters, please get a sense of self-preservation, people. So all in all, it was a trip, I say. I will admit, I was like wondering when it was going to pick up, but it does right at the end of the first chapter. You just got to get to the end of the first chapter and you're like, oh my god, something's about to happen. And then after that, it's like, it was really, it was first person. I really, really appreciated being in first person, because with that, I was able to understand more of what Star was going through mentally and emotionally, and how basically the elements around her was affecting not only her, but the people she cared for. So that's the end of the spoilers review. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. The movie, I believe, might be intense, because this book does get intense for its moments. It does have a good roller coaster ride, people, I will admit. What was I thinking of not picking this up when it first came out? That's all I have to say. So, 5 out of 5 stars, people. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Go pick it up. I highly, highly recommend you go and do that, especially before the movie comes out. My name is Sarah, and bye!